Gujarat braces for cyclone Wion as it turns into a very severe cyclone. More than 1.5 lakh people evacuated from coastal areas. The state is on high alert. Fresh clashes break out in Kolkata between police personnel and BJP workers. State Governor K.N. Tripathi calls an all-party meeting tomorrow. Terrorist attack, a patrol party of CRPF in Anantnag district in Jammu and Kashmir. 5 CRPF personnel were martyred in the terror attack. No bail for Nirav Modi. A UK court rejects his appeal for the 4th straight time. The judge says that attempts are being made to destroy evidence in the case. Modi is the prime accused in the PNB scam. And ISRO announces the launch of India's second mission to the moon, the Chandrayaan-2. The spacecraft will be launched on the 15th of July. It will land near the moon's south pole in September. Good evening and welcome to India Watch. I'm Palki Sharma Upadhyay. On this show, we bring you the biggest headlines from India, the latest updates and unbiased analysis. The world is watching India. It's important to set the right narrative here. In the next 30 minutes, we are bringing you up to speed with India. Starting with the easternmost state, one of the easternmost states, West Bengal. Mamata Banerjee and her war with the BJP is getting ugly. Fresh clashes between West Bengal police and BJP workers broke out today. Look at the pictures on your screens now. BJP workers trying to hold a protest rally in Kolkata's Lal Bazaar. This area is home to the headquarters of the state police. The BJP's protest rally was against the killing of party workers. On Saturday, 2 BJP workers had died in Bashirhat. In recent weeks, the clashes between TMC and BJP have intensified. West Bengal is known for chronic political violence. The situation has gone from bad to worse now. Reports say the governor has now called for an all-party meeting tomorrow. Senior BJP leaders from West Bengal have joined today's protest. This includes the 18 newly elected MPs from the party in the state. Some workers held a sit-in demonstration, others decided to march. The state police made repeated appeals to stop. Later, they resorted to baton charge, tear gas shelling and water cannons. BJP workers retaliated by throwing stones and bottles at the police. Since the election results, there have been scattered incidents of violence in West Bengal. The BJP claims that Mamata Banerjee is directly responsible for blatant attacks on their party activists. In protest, they have shut down the state once, and they've taken out funeral processions for the workers who died. The state police has tried to control these clashes, but clearly they have not been able to. This is another flashpoint in the war between the centre and the West Bengal government. Recently, the Home Ministry had issued an advisory. It expressed deep concern over the attacks on BJP workers in the state. The Home Ministry has asked the Mamata Banerjee government to maintain law and order. The TMC government issued a quick response. They claimed the situation was very much under control. Mamata Banerjee escalated the conflict further by claiming that it was the BJP that was destabilizing her state. On Tuesday, she claimed that the BJP wants to turn West Bengal into another Gujarat by creating unrest. What is increasingly becoming clear is the fact that the TMC is rattled by the BJP's performance in the general election. They won 18 out of 42 seats. Never before has this happened in the history of independent India. The focus now is on the West Bengal state election of 2021, 2 years away. And the TMC could be running out of cards to play. Stopping the BJP juggernaut in West Bengal is going to be the biggest challenge before Mamata Banerjee. She herself is leading the fight, but at what cost? Is tackling the BJP the only priority of the TMC government right now? They're ignoring the affairs of the state altogether. The people of West Bengal are paying the price for this political war. Consider this example. On Tuesday, all junior doctors working in state-run medical institutions went on an indefinite strike. This happened on Tuesday. This is after a medical intern was allegedly attacked when a patient died. Reports say a group of angry relatives attacked this intern. And this led to a strike of all junior doctors in the state. They have refused to work until they are given protection. As a result, health services across all major government hospitals have been crippled in West Bengal. This is something that has been discussed about in India frequently since the election results. S. Jaishankar's appointment as Minister of External Affairs set the course for the one thing that this Modi government seems really interested in, and that is lateral entry. Lateral entry into key positions in the government is frowned upon in India. Those who get appointed in such fashion are dismissed as political appointees. But this government seems unperturbed about such criticism. It is fixated on the idea, horses for courses is what it believes in. Now, fresh reports reveal that the government plans to expand its pool of lateral entrants. What will this bring to the table? It will bring the one thing that India's bureaucracy sometimes seems to be missing. That's domain expertise. Now, these appointments need not be at the cabinet level, as was the case with S. Jaishankar. Reports say the government is looking for the right talent at relatively junior ranks, like deputy secretaries in cabinet, in central ministries. Recruitment of talent at a younger age is a good thing. It will help the government chalk out a career path for these specialists, and that in turn will help in policy continuity in the long run. Of course, attrition is a phenomenon that is here to stay. That said, Jaishankar's appointment is only keeping in line with the emphasis on talent acquisition by Prime Minister Modi. He's doing in the government what people do outside in MNCs. In fact, Mr. Jaishankar's senior in the Foreign Service, Hardeep Singh Puri, is in charge of Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs and Ministry of Civil Aviation. Hardeep Singh Puri had lost the election from Amritsar, but Prime Minister Modi appointed him as a minister. Former Home Secretary and IS officer R.K. Singh is also a minister. These appointments show the Prime Minister's trust in domain knowledge. In fact, such appointments are not new to India. Many career bureaucrats have made a mark as politicians and influenced key decisions. Former Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh is a case in point. He was a celebrated economist even in the late 60s. He was Chief Economic Advisor, turned RBI Governor, turned Deputy Chairman of the Planning Commission, turned Economic Advisor to Prime Minister. His appointment as Finance Minister of India was an unexpected move even to him. Legend has it that Manmohan Singh did not believe when Narasimha Rao chose him as Finance Minister of India. The rest, they say, is history. Under Manmohan Singh's watch, India survived a dangerous balance of payments crisis. India liberalized the economy. In fact, those years set the platform for the high growth regime that India is currently witnessing. And not just Dr. Manmohan Singh, Yashwant Sinha, Ajit Jogi, Meera Kumar, Natwar Singh, Manishankar Iyer, even Arvind Kejriwal have all been bureaucrats before starting a career in politics. Imagine this scenario then. S. Jaishankar shepherding India's foreign policy in a tricky situation. First of all, he knows how foreign policy works. Second, he knows how bureaucracy works. And most importantly and thirdly, he knows how the government works. And that gives domain experts like him the full advantage to chalk out a well-devised strategy or policy. Would you take that? Or some regional heavyweight politician taking decisions on issues that are way beyond his or her wit? Even the appointment of Nandan Nilekani in the UPA years to supervise Aadhaar project was a success. So the priority is this: people with the right talent. That should be the key criterion in such appointments. The appointments of Raghuram Rajan as well as Arvind Subramaniam were in the same way. Under Rajan, the RBI forced banks to identify bad loans. Even the appointment of Viral Acharya as Deputy Governor to the RBI is a case of lateral entry. Across the world, countries are latching on to the idea of lateral entry. In the US, the president handpicks his staff of secretaries. Donald Trump, for one, appointed former ExxonMobil CEO Rex Tillerson as his Secretary of State. Of course, he sacked him soon, but the point is this: a head of state picks the people he believes are best suited for a job. Politicians or technocrats. A sports team's manager or a captain gets his own team. Top CEOs work with hand-picked teams to meet targets. Why should governments be any different? If the onus of delivery is on a president or a prime minister, the choice of team should be theirs as well. And yet there is opposition to such appointments. Critics argue that these are not elected representatives. That is a fair point. But here's the thing. Political parties put up strong local faces as candidates. Elections are contested on emotive issues. Policies are made on wisdom and expertise. It's best to have a good mix of both. A country shouldn't prioritize political compulsions over expertise. The Indian government seems unflustered, though. It has made talent acquisition a priority, and it says more lateral entries will follow. Today was the first major meeting of the Union Council of Ministers. Two major decisions were taken. First is that the cabinet has passed the triple talaq bill. This will be the second attempt by the Modi government to criminalize the practice of instant divorce. The government says that this is an amended bill and it factors in the objections that were raised by the opposition. This bill replaces the ordinance that was passed by the Modi government in its first tenure. Back then, the government took the ordinance route after it could not pass the bill in the upper house of parliament, that's the Rajya Sabha. There were as many as 3 ordinances brought in to criminalize the practice of triple talaq. The last one lapsed in the month of May. The ordinance made the practice of instant divorce a punishable offence in India. Muslim men who ended their marriage using instant divorce could be put in jail for up to 3 years. The triple talaq bill could be one of the first bills to be introduced in Parliament in the upcoming monsoon session that begins sometime next week or later this week. It will have to be passed by both houses of parliament. The second major announcement was the decision to extend the president's rule in Jammu and Kashmir. The government has been holding regular consultations on the overall security scenario in the state. It is likely that the pending state assembly elections could take place in the second half of this year, if not next year. President's rule in Jammu and Kashmir was imposed last year. Remember, in 2018, the BJP had withdrawn its support to the PDP government in the state. Meanwhile, the government has also decided to give a 3% reservation in government jobs to those who live on the international border. If you ask people around you about the biggest challenge in their life, there's a good chance that none of them will say it's climate change. Same with political parties or governments. If you ask them about their top challenges, they're unlikely to list climate change, especially in India. And yet, everyone complains about the impact of climate change. Weather is the oldest conversation opener, extreme weather more so. And look at the changes in the weather patterns in India. They're alarming. Right now, different parts of the country seem to be in different weather zones. Unprecedented snowfall took place today in Jammu and Kashmir's Baltal and Sonmarg hill stations. We are in the middle of June, for God's sake, and some parts of the Srinagar-Muzaffarabad region and the Baramulla district are under snow. Flash floods have hit the Badgam district. The weather in the valley has fluctuated drastically in the last few years. 3 years ago, Kashmir witnessed its lowest rainfall and snowfall in 61 years. And now, unprecedented snowfall. Experts say that there is a steady increase in Kashmir's winter temperatures, and that's a cause for concern. It's all reaching a critical point, in fact. In the national capital region, the summer is testing the mercury levels. Delhi breached the 48 degrees Celsius mark for the first time 2 days ago. The first time ever, 48 degrees Celsius. The heat wave is wreaking havoc in North India. Delhi has never waited for rain like it is waiting now. In western parts of the country, people are preparing for a cyclone. Cyclone Wion is categorized as a very severe cyclonic storm. It has now moved northwestwards in the Arabian Sea with a speed of 155 kilometers per hour. That's the speed at which it is expected to make landfall. Gujarat, Goa and the city of Mumbai are expected to be affected by the cyclone in the next few days. State governments have launched evacuation efforts along the coast. Now, experts will point out that cyclones and non-seasonal snowfall are not exactly caused due to climate change. We get that point. But the threat to our climate patterns is clearly there to see. Rising temperatures across India are proof of climate change. The last few years alone have seen disruptions in weather patterns. The Chennai floods of 2015, the Odisha floods of 2016, Kerala floods last year, Cyclone Fani a month ago, the ever-increasing temperature levels. All this is an impact of climate change. India's politicians and the public need to understand this. Climate change is the most pressing problem facing human beings, deadlier than disease and terrorism, and it needs the government's urgent attention. On the upside, India's most complex moon mission is all set to launch on the 15th of July at 2:51 a.m. In a press conference today, ISRO chairman Dr. K. Sivan announced the launch. He said the mission will explore the southern part of the moon, and this makes India the first country to attempt something like this. Here's what we know about Chandrayaan-2. fact, the landing on the moon near the South Pole, which is an uncharted territory so far, will probably be on the 6th or 7th of September. The Chandrayaan-2 is an advanced version of the successful Chandrayaan-1 mission, which was launched about 10 years ago. The launch is set to take place at 2:51 a.m. on board the GSLV Mk3 vehicle from the spacecraft of Sriharikota. The mission cost of Chandrayaan-2 with regard to the satellite is 603 crore rupees, an additional cost of more than 370 crores for the GSLV Mk3 vehicle, making it India's 1,000 crore space mission.
When did the Chandrayaan-2 mission? Yes, ISRO has slipped many times. Now ISRO has firmed up the date of launch. It is July 15, early morning, 2 hours 51 minutes is the time of the Chandrayaan mission.
According to a statement issued by ISRO, India's second lunar mission will have 3 modules: orbiter, lander and rover. The rover will spend around 15 days on the surface of the moon and conduct various scientific experiments. The data collected by the rover will be sent back to Earth via an orbiter. If successful, India will join an elite club of US, USSR and China and become only the 4th nation in the world to make a soft landing on the moon. Our correspondent Nishita Virendra brings us more.
Well, ISRO is all set to take off its Chandrayaan-2 mission in July this year. That's expected to land on the lunar surface by September 2019. And for the first time, the modules of the Chandrayaan-2 mission have been kept on display at the ISRO campus in Marathalli in Bengaluru. What is on display here is the orbiter, which will revolve around the moon's surface at 100 kilometers. And then you also have the lander, which is a 5-legged lander that is expected to, for the first time, make an attempt at making a soft landing on the lunar surface. Now, this lander will also have a rover along with it. The rover will have 2 payloads of the 14 payloads that are expected to go on board Chandrayaan-2 mission. And these payloads will be key in assessing the lunar surface, the lunar topography, the lunar mineralogy, as well as the exosphere, and also find aspects to ascertain as to whether there is water ice on Chandrayaan or on the moon, as it was ascertained in Chandrayaan-1. This is one of the most prestigious projects, missions that have been embarked on by ISRO. If ISRO is successful in making a soft landing on the lunar surface, then it will be only the 4th nation to be able to do so. If it is able to land on near the south pole of the lunar surface, it is the first mission to be able to do so globally, as the south pole of the lunar surface is largely an unexplored part of the moon, and hence this is an extremely coming of age mission for ISRO, and it is expected to take off in the middle of July and land on the lunar surface somewhere on the 6th of September. In Bengaluru, with video journalist Chandan, Nishita Virendra, Wion, World is One.
Just hours before Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be face-to-face with his Pakistani counterpart Imran Khan at the SCO summit in Bishkek in Kyrgyzstan. Yet another terror attack has taken place in Jammu and Kashmir. This is in Anantnag. 5 CRPF personnel were killed when 2 masked terrorists attacked the patrol party. One terrorist has been neutralized, the other is still alive. The encounter is still underway, we are told. Reports say that the terrorists fired at the team with automatic rifles and they hurled grenades. A Jammu and Kashmir police official has also been injured in the attack. It comes months after the Pulwama suicide blast, in which 40 CRPF personnel were killed. The attack led to a major standoff between India and Pakistan, which resulted in an aerial dogfight between the 2 countries as well. On that note, it's a wrap. You're watching India Watch, and you're with Wion. World is One. Thanks very much for being with us.